There's a hidden tax draining your business right now. And it's not your P&L statement. Every decision you make today reduces your capacity to make good ones tomorrow. Are you bankrupt by Tuesday? Judges are 95% more likely to grant parole on mornings than in the afternoon. Same cases, same evidence, different mental energy. Your brain isn't any different. Those 300 plus daily decisions, from email responses to vendor negotiations, are depleting the same cognitive resources you need for growth. Right now, your decision fatigue is costing you opportunities you can't see. You're defaulting to no in partnerships that could transform your business. You're choosing the safe option when bold moves would win. You're micromanaging details while strategy slips through your fingers. The entrepreneurs winning in your space aren't smarter. They've just stopped letting their exhausted brain make million-dollar choices. They're capturing the market share you're leaving on the table. Decision fatigue is something we all know about, and decision fatigue is something we all deal with. I was shocked when, in the beginning, when Microsoft was celebrating, actually giving t-shirts for 100-hour work weeks. And if you think about that, you cannot be doing good cognitive work in a period of time and be able to actually get good sleep and make sure that you're doing the right work. No wonder Windows was so buggy. In fact, if you really want to take a look at making sure you're making the best decisions, start checking your calendar. Start making that something that's very important. So in the morning, my mornings are all cleared, so I know that I do one or two very important things. Make those decisions and get the stuff that is the most important done first. So I'm making the correct ideas, and I will put things off to only deal with them. Now, for me, I usually pick 3 things that need to get done. Now, those are 3 things I have to get done, not necessarily that need to get done during the day, meetings and conversations and things like that. But if you strategically look at 3 things that need to get done, and I book them for the first thing in the morning, knock them out early. Now, you're going to say to me, oh, I know, do the hard thing first. Yes, to some degree, but not necessarily. Sometimes hard thing is just something that you just got to get through. What I'm interested in doing is doing the thing that requires the most brain power and the most cognition. For me, it's always the idea of what's going to be created, what in the creative juices am I going to do. And therefore, I've set my brain and my day up to do that. I can do the processes and I can get onto the meetings and have the conversation. The creativity, the thing that moves my business forward, the thing that lets me see what other people can't see, can't be delegated. It can't be done in the afternoon. So mornings become sacred times. And I have a number of rituals depending on exactly what it used to be and what I need to do. It used to be that I would sit down with a large piece of paper and physically draw out and color in each one of those areas. I built 3 companies that way, but it could only be done for an hour or 2. I did something called the golden hour, and if you'd like to know about that, there's a video that we'll attach in the comments on exactly what the golden hour is. But I do 2 golden hours a day, absolute focus on one thing, because I know my decisions and my ideas are going to be the best at this period of time. There's a part that's a cup of coffee as well. Part of that's just the ritual of letting my body know that it's now time to start making some good decisions. And also being able to streamline processes so you don't have to make decisions, things are done. The power of that is incredible when they allow you to just focus on the things that you have control over and you make the biggest difference. I've talked many times about strategic coach. The strategic coach has an idea that you should only be doing the work that gives you the greatest ability of leverage. So you should be making a decision that gives you leverage. You shouldn't be deciding what shirt to wear, or in my case at the time, what tie to wear. That never was an effective tool. But instead what I did is I would leave those decisions. I have somewhat of a uniform. And classically, Steve Jobs did this. And he had the same sweater and the same jeans and the same pair of sneakers, so he did not have to make a decision. Not quite that bad. But in all reality, if you don't have to make those decisions, you don't have to think about it. I have the same thing for breakfast every morning. I like it. In fact, it sets my day off correctly. But in so doing, I create the ability for me to make other decisions, other ideas, other ways of being. Set up your day to make decisions the right time, in the right areas, in the right headspace. And don't be afraid of saying, yes, I can't make that decision right now. Put it on, put it into a time, and actually schedule it. Schedule the time to make that decision. Not only will it be better for you if you're making it at the beginning of the day, it'll be better for you if you put it off and say, I will worry about that then. I know a lot of people who have a worry box where they put something in there that says, on Tuesday, I'll worry about this. Well, imagine if you have a major decision and you say, on Tuesday, I'm going to make that decision. Your subconscious works on it. Your conscious works on it. And by the time you get there and you're set it ready to make that decision, you may already have had a bait. So you don't always have to do it at the time it goes. In this interconnected world, sometimes the expectation is that you instantly have to make a decision. And in most times, it is not required that you do it immediately. And in fact, leaving it a little bit and letting some time to think of it gives you the ability to interact with it more, think about it more, and to give the right decision, not when you're exhausted, but when you're in the right headspace to do it. The power of that cannot be underestimated. So when you next feel the pressure to make a decision, you need to see, how critical is it? Can I make this decision tomorrow? Can I make this decision at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning? Well, I'll make that decision then. You put it on, you make a note, you schedule it in, and then you make the decision. You'd be astounded how quickly and easy it is to make that decision and how you're making the right decision, opposed to 7 o'clock on a Friday night, trying to get it all done. Crunching it in will only lead to mistakes. Setting it up for your success. What other ways do you like to make decisions? Do you use something like the Franklin Index or any other tool? Put in the comments below. I'd love to see it, and let's continue this conversation. I look forward to talking to you soon.
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode on the Strategy Session, where we take your business from stuck to unstoppable. Here's another video I think you'd enjoy. If you found these insights valuable, remember to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell for notifications on our latest videos. Remember, you're not just marketing, you're making history with Venture Gained.